Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Paul of Paul's Covered Calls, doing the COVID pivot here and replacing my doggies with dollars. Amateur investor, and I appreciate your time as I share my stories, trades, and thought processes. So this is me. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me. And in a previous video dealing with covered calls being income stream, I mentioned some short-term goals, one of which is golfing during the summer. So long story, even longer. One of my friends would run marathons and half marathons. And so when she would come back into the office, extremely tired, obviously, it wasn't about her time that she talked about. It was about how many toenails she lost. And so for me, I'm thinking, why run a marathon if you're going to lose toenails? Well, let me just tell you that this previous week, I played 2 18s, a 9, 3 consecutive days of golf, and I almost lost a toenail. And I love golf. She loves running. And we're willing to make those physical sacrifices for our fun summer events. So that's why I do covered calls. To play golf, not necessarily to lose toenails. But all right, let's get to it. Let's talk about covered calls instead. So this is our all-important board of dog directors. This is myself and Sweet Pea. And we're here today to talk about why to do a buyback, essentially to close your position of an open covered call. And again, many reasons as to why to close an open position. And in this particular case, we're going to talk about a stock called CLVS. So I have 500 shares of CLVS. So quiz question, how many contracts can I have available? 5. And it happened to have a stock share price spike. Say that 10 times real fast. So at that point, during that price spike, I decided to roll out of my existing positions and roll up into a different position, strike price. Yet a share price that is increasing. So all of a sudden, your covered calls, even though they should be approaching zero when they're out of the money, actually have greater value. And so those previous slides were candlesticks on the daily. This is my trading view snippet, and these are 15-minute candles. So you can see here, by the time the market opened, the share price itself went up over $1, another $1. And then as the market headed into lunch, sort of a flat band, and then it retracted a little bit. But it eventually closed at here at just under $8. And so it was during this time right here that I decided to close my existing open covered calls, roll out of those existing positions, and roll up into a different strike price at a later expiration. And I also want to mention the reason I did this and was aware of it is that I set a series of alerts. So whenever I have a strike price, say at $6.50, I have some alerts that are down here at $6, $6.15, $6.45, and those alerts just went bing, bing, bing. And so that drew my attention to the fact that this share price was increasing. I'll also note that because I did receive those alerts, you have to go into your system and reactivate those alerts. So at times you may think that just because a share price drops below your alerts, that your alerts are reactivated. In many cases, that is not what happens. You have to go back into your system and reset your alerts for this price range in here. And that's where I had my alerts. And so when I went in, those alerts had since been gone because they were activated with this price increase. So it just went that to be some sort of awareness for you. Don't expect come Monday that these alerts that you set are now valid. All right, let's just get to it. Here is the green slide. And as you know, the green slide is the money slide. And it just so happened that there was a price spike on Friday when I had some of these covered calls expiring. And you'll notice I bought, sell to open, $4 times 2. I received $8. That morning, buy to close, 2 of them, 2 contracts. I had to spend money. But then I immediately opened up 3 positions, and look at this, at a different strike price, $10. When does it expire? The next week. And if you watch some of my previous videos where I have layers and ladderings, I had a spare covered call contract available. So I bought 2 back, but I sold 3 at $93. So do you get that? Plus 4, minus 68, plus 93. When it's all said and done, from the 12th of March, look at this right here, 12th of March through March 26th, I'm still in the positive. When you add all this up, plus, minus, plus, I'm in the positive $29 per contract. And that's per contract for these 2. So plus 29 times 2. And then there's 1 at the full price of $93. So with this action of rolling out and rolling up to the next week, I've actually made some money. So again, you have some options here to, within covered calls, to sell to open, close those positions, and reopen at a different expiration date. And this is one of the reasons why. And it can happen so quickly. And so literally within an hour, another hour, this stock price of CLVS went from under $6.50 to over $8.50. $2 on an expiration day, and you can still reap some benefits by closing your positions and opening new ones. It's rare that this may happen, but when it does, be prepared for that, because if you spend a little bit of money, close your position, open up a new one, you can actually reap some benefits. Again, my name is Stephanie Paul of Paul's Covered Calls, Amateur Investor, and I do appreciate your time. More to come, more to share. Please click subscribe, follow, comment, anything to help me get some more eyeballs and pay for my summer golf events would be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much. Quick disclaimer here, my opinions are my own, my thoughts are my own, processes are my own. See you on the next video. Thanks again.